Here at Autosport in Indiana, Pennsylvania, and today our special guest is a 1984 Porsche 911 cab. It's a gray market car, a Euro car, so it has more horsepower than the US cars that were available at that time. But we're going to go over it with you and show you all the amenities the car has. It does have the painted center Fuchs wheels on it, 16-inch front and rear, obviously. The car shows really no paint work at all. And it's typical Porsche fitment on this. We're not looking at Chevelles and Roadrunners now, we're looking at a Porsche. So the fitment of the hood, all the panels, everything is precise. Everything is as nice as can possibly be. It does have the Euro lights in it. It does have the the light washers, high pressure washer system on the front of it. All the rubber accents on the car are nice and fresh and clean. Porsche crest in the center of the hood is nice and fresh, just the way it should be. A little bit of oxidation, like on the gold, the brass part of it. But other than that, you know, the emblem itself, Porsche crest, is nice and clean. Does have mirrors both sides. The interior obviously is a white interior, but it's pearl white. It isn't just a flat white interior that Porsche used at that point. They are the correct seats front and rear for the car, and they are leather, which was an option in that vehicle. You see the interior, the gauges are all nice and clean and clear. None of the lenses are cracked on them. The dash is in very good condition. It's starting to peel a little bit up right at the windshield, like most of them do. The steering wheel itself is the stitching is all good on it. Everything is nice and clean on it. The interior of the car is just phenomenal. It's just absolutely as nice a car as you could ever hope to find inside one. It does have power windows in it. It has, of course, the pearl white door panels to match the pearl white interior in it. It is a 5-speed Porsche transmission. Stone deflectors, the way they came from the factory, black. The top on this car is absolutely flawless. You'll be able to see it. We don't have it up at this point, obviously. Alex has the boot on it, but the top is in excellent condition. You'll see a lot of high-resolution photography of it, showing you that it is. It does have a turbo wing on the back of it, and it is a tin base wing with the turbo spoiler on it. Going around the back of the car, it has Carrera on the back of the wing, underneath the wing, I'm sorry. Euro car, so it has the extra stoplight on the left-hand side, the way they all came. The rubber bumperettes are all nice. They're not deteriorated or cracked in any way. Also, take a look, and these are really, really hard to find where this hasn't been deteriorated and cracked and distorted through the years just from the heat. But the tail light assembly on the back of this and the Porsche name is just as fresh and clean as can be. Everything, again, fits like it should because it's a Porsche. It's just a very attractive car. It has a new set of rubber on it, or I should say at least a lot of tread on the rubber that's on the car. The interior, you can see a better shot of it here, how clean the seats are and how nice the leather is in this vehicle. And by the way, this has an actual 71,000 miles on it. It's not like it's a TMU car or something. It isn't. It's a 71,000 mile car. And it's a Porsche, so that's how doors close on the Porsche. You don't have to slam them from 1.5 feet away. Okay, it does have tinted glass in it, sunshade windshield, and the glass by itself is just, there's no indication of the wipers ever scraping up across it or anything. Power antenna, the way they came. Everything on this car is the fitment, the finish, everything is top shelf in the car. It is just not an average Porsche 911. This thing is as nice as you're going to ever find one in a early cab. We're going to open this hood and show you, or the bonnet, I guess, truck terminology. Okay, with the bonnet open, you can see the Porsche identification for your option list, and serial number and everything is underneath the hood just the way it was. It's all original paint under here. Alex is going to clean this up, and this is just the way we got the car, but you can see that nothing's ever been bumped on this. It does have the original Porsche toolkit with the original Porsche spare. Everything it shows to be undisrupted and original on the car. He's going to show you high resolution photos of everything underneath this carpeting. And there's no indication of any damage whatsoever on the car. And you can see again the fitment of a Porsche vehicle. Everything fits as it should. We'll go around back and show you the engine bay. Porsche 911. The rubbers, the original rubber is still nice and fresh. You can see it had a recall here for some reason or another, but you can see all your tire pressures, everything, all your tags from the factory are still intact. Modern type air conditioning unit on it. Everything is, the aluminum on the engine is all nice and fresh and clean. Very nice car, very, very good representation of a early Porsche 911. It's a car that's going to be very hard to duplicate. First of all, the color combination on this vehicle is going to be very, very difficult to duplicate. The white car with a pearl white interior in it with the white Fuchs wheels on it, which is all correct for this car. For 1984, 71,000 actual miles on the car. It's a car that if you're in the market for an early Porsche, especially if you want a cab, this is a car that you definitely should take a look at, because it would be very difficult to find one any nicer condition than this car. And again, you'll see the high resolution undercarriage photos that Alex is going to put up of the vehicle, showing you the cleanliness and all the original undercoating cosmoline stuff that Porsche put on these vehicles back in the 80s whenever they were built, in the 70s and 80s. But it's a car that you need to take a look at if you're in the market for a 911 cab. It's here in Indiana at Auto Sport, and give Alex a call. He can give you more defined photos of any specific spot that you have an interest in. Take a look at it, Indiana, PA. Okay, here we're going to light it up for you. Look at that, antenna's going up. Even power antenna works. All the gauges are functioning as they should. Oil pressure, oil level, fuel tank. Push speed on is not working. We're going to run it fast. Radio on,